Hello and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, leave a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments and feedback on this video or any of the other videos on this channel, because all that good stuff helps me when I'm creating future videos. But right here and now, I want to talk about the game that happened last night between Leicester City and Southampton. Just want to apologise for the delay in the upload of this video. I had a bit of a nightmare over the last few hours, sort of recording and editing this video. I got some very basic facts wrong, including the scoreline, and I think that just tells you where a lot of us are right now in terms of how much football we're watching, that we can just forget the actual scoreline. So thank God I went back and watched it before I actually uploaded it. I actually said it was 1-0 to Leicester. It wasn't, it was 2-0. I think what it is, yesterday I got up, I watched the Wolves and West Brom game, Wolves losing 3-2 at home. Then I watched the Leeds game. Then it was the Fulham and Chelsea game, and then it was the Leicester and Southampton game. That was the 8 o'clock kickoff. So it finished around, what was it? Something like 9:30. So when you're recording and editing multiple videos, it is really tiring. Even though some videos might be shorter than the others, it can be really tiring. And I think towards the end of that game, my eyes were going. I was getting nodding dog. And usually I'll just record a video and edit it straight after and upload it straight after. But I thought, you know what, my head is going, my eyes are going. I'll do it first thing. I got up this morning. I did the first recording and I was really happy with it, did the analysis and everything, and then I heard myself saying, Leicester City have won this game 1-0. What? And then I recorded a second one and I was getting goal scorers wrong, and the sound wasn't good, and I just went away for a few hours and thought, you know what, I just need a few hours to just get my head together, try and sort of reassess, um, try and reassess the game, try and watch the highlights, see if I can pick out anything different. And ultimately, now this is where we are. So hopefully, this is actually the third time in the last 10 minutes that I've started recording this video again. So hopefully now I'm gonna just get through this. We're gonna get through it together. I'm gonna talk about this game. So I'll try and sort of freestyle it a bit, not as much of a script as in previous videos, but hopefully it's going to come across as okay. And if there's anything that I get wrong, then apologies. Please let me know in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But Leicester City, let's get the score right first. Leicester City 2, Southampton 0. We're off to a good start. Leicester City 2, Southampton 0. Goals from Maddison and Barnes in the second half, with assists from Tielemans. For me, Stevens is at fault for both goals. The first one, he just lets Maddison sort of run past him after the pass from Tielemans, and it's a fantastic finish. He is clinical, Maddison. He's having another really good season. And the second one, I think, is just tiredness. He's not as composed on the ball. It's a poor pass. It's gone straight to Tielemans. He's passed it through to Barnes, who's in acres of space. Southampton trying to push for an equaliser in injury time, and that was game over, 2-0. Harvey Barnes is having a fantastic season. Seems to be scoring every other game at the moment, so fair play to him. Thought he was really good at West Brom, and he's just stepped his game up since his time in the Premier League, his time with Leicester. So, fair play to him. He's a really good player to watch. I enjoy watching him, and I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him. I think I said in a previous video that I think he is, once Jamie Vardy sort of retires, I think Barnes will step into that role, because I think he is a natural finisher. He can score different types of goals, and he's just a really brave player as well, tenacious, hungry, all that good stuff. So he took his goal really well. Sign of a player that's in confidence, puts that chance away, and it's 2-0 Leicester, and they get 3 points. And Leicester, I thought, after the first goal, I thought they managed the game really well. I thought both teams sort of matched each other in the first half. I thought Southampton came out really quick, as did Leicester. And I just thought the difference for me was that Leicester sort of had that fully fully fit team. They had a fully fit team in this game, and I just thought Leicester were obviously more clinical in front of goal. They could have had 3 or 4. They forced a really good save. Harvey Barnes forced a really good save out of McCarthy, who of course missed the Liverpool game. Forster did well in that game, but he dropped to the bench. So Leicester going into this game, fully fit squad, confident, coming off the back of a 4-0 win at Stoke in the FA Cup, win at the Bet365 Stadium. Tielemans, I thought, was brilliant for them. Always looked lively, looked busy, as did both teams really. But I just thought Leicester had that cutting edge, that little bit more creativity in this game. And Southampton, just going into this game, like a lot of the previous games, they are not really scoring goals. I think that's 1 goal in 4 now. They had 2. It might be actually it's 1 in 5 because they lost to Manchester City 1-0. They had 2 goalless draws. They scored against Liverpool in a 1-0 win, and then they lost this game. So they're not scoring goals at the minute. They're missing Romeo. I think he's a big loss. I think they're missing Vestergaard. I think he deals with that first goal. I don't think they get a sniff a goal. I think he's there to, if he doesn't cut out the pass, then he's communicating with the people around him to like look where Maddison is. I think the second one, as I say, that can happen. It's just late in the game. It's tied. They're committed men forward. So ultimately, I think it was just Leicester's had a little bit more on the day, and they were clinical, and it was 2 mistakes that they capitalised on. If they'd have come out of this with a point, I don't think they could have had too many complaints, but they were more clinical on the day, and I think in front of goal they always look like they're going to score. Whereas Southampton at the moment, now they're missing Ings, so Ings, Romeo, and Vestergaard missing. That's 3 massively important components, important players for their team. And I think for Leicester, they now go into this Chelsea game. Chelsea won that game earlier in the day at Fulham. Not very convincing, but they cut the gap to 3 points. Leicester win, so it's 6 points again. If Leicester win this upcoming game against Chelsea in the week, they'll be 9 points clear of Chelsea. So this is a massive week for both clubs. If Leicester can have that gap between them and Chelsea, then it's a massive opportunity for them. And of course, they've got Everton sort of as well in the running for the top 4. But I think Leicester, of course, they've got that experience, as I've said before, of players like Vardy and Schmeichel who know how to get over the line in terms of when they won the league. Last season they fell away a little bit, but I think they'll build on that experience from last season. And I think tonight, or last night rather, they were worthy winners just based on the way that they managed the game. And Southampton, of course, they haven't had this experience before. I do of sort of chasing down those teams at the top. So maybe alongside missing key players, that plays a role in their current form. They've been so good in the first half of the season. I think they'll be okay. I still think they are genuine contenders for a Europa League spot, but I think losing these really important players, these key players, it is having an impact on them. So we'll see where that leaves Southampton. But 8th, if you'd have told Southampton fans at the beginning of the season, midway through the season you'll be in 8th place and you'll be in a really good position to make it into the Europa League, and potentially, if you put a really good run together based on how this league is this season, you could make the top 4. I think they did snap your hands off, because for them, they've made so much progress in what seems like a short amount of time over the last year. Second half of the last season, they were really good, and the first half of the season really good. So we'll see. It just wasn't to be for them tonight. Goals from Maddison and Barnes were the difference, and Leicester have run out 2-0 winners. Massive game for them, as I say, in the week against Chelsea. I'll be here reacting to that game, giving my thoughts and opinion. Really looking forward to that. Chelsea out of form, Leicester in really good form, but they haven't been able to put in a performance against the teams above them, with the exception of Tottenham. They were really good against Tottenham, but then, of course, they capitulated against Liverpool. Thought they were lucky to get a point against United when I look back on that game. So, but what am I saying? Of course, they went to Manchester City and won 5-2. So scrap that, what I just said about Leicester. They have actually got an okay record against the teams in and around them. So everything else was fine, apart from that last bit. But yeah, so thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, leave a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments, and feedback that you have on the video. But outside of this game, that is all I have to say really for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you all soon.